Yo, what's happening, fight fans? Welcome back to another episode of GTS Combat. And yo, I'm looking ahead to another highly anticipated fight, the main event of May 15th, UFC 262. We're finally going to have a new champion of the lightweight division after Khabib has vacated his belt. We're here with Charles Oliveira, the Bronx Oliveira, going up against Michael Chandler, the guy from Bellator who knocked out Dan Hooker. What a punch that was. So yeah, how am I seeing this one playing out? You got Charles the Bronx Oliveira over here on an 8-fight win streak, beating the likes of Kevin Lee and Tony Ferguson last time out. And then you have got Michael Chandler, who I haven't seen a lot of, because I don't really watch Bellator, if I'm honest. I used to a little bit, because it was on 5-star, and I was like bored and that. So yeah, I do know little bits about him. I've seen little clips here and there, but obviously the main thing that I have seen is the way he knocked out Dan Hooker in his UFC debut, and I was pretty impressed, I'll be honest. He was pretty explosive, I'll be honest. So I'm a little bit scared for Charles Oliveira, I'll be honest, because when I saw Charles Oliveira coming up, obviously he lost last time to Paul Felder, but since then he has built an 8-fight win streak, which has been pretty impressive. Like I said, defeating the likes of Jared Gordon, Kevin Lee, I think Nick Lentz was on that list, and yeah, Tony Ferguson last time out. And yeah, I really saw a lot of potential in Charles Oliveira. Obviously, previously, he was brilliant on the ground. His jiu-jitsu was on a different level. The way he can sort of twist people up and latch onto them and get them submissions is very fucking impressive. But he really has worked on his stand-up and his striking, and now that is pretty much on the same level as his submission game. So that's a dangerous motherfucker. And I was tipping him to be a potential future opponent for Khabib. Obviously, I wasn't foreseeing that Khabib would retire. I didn't know this was going to happen back then when I was watching Charles Oliveira coming up on his little streak. But yeah, he has been in the UFC for quite some time. So when I say coming up, I don't mean literally. I just mean, you know, working his way up the rankings. So yeah, now we have got a very well-rounded guy here in Charles Oliveira. Obviously, ground game, always been dangerous. Striking, now just as fucking dangerous. The way he can do some of them sort of spinning moves, cutting people up with the elbows, and he is very precise with his striking. He doesn't waste a lot of energy just throwing pointless strikes. He's very, you know, calculated in his approach. But we have got Michael Chandler over here, former Bellator champion. Very good wrestler. I believe he's got some sort of background in his wrestling. Now, like I said, I don't know a hell of a lot about Michael Chandler, but what I saw was a very good game plan against someone like Dan Hooker, you know, closing the distance, using that pressure, being very explosive, and just coming up with that big strike that knocked him out and put him against the fence. And I'm just going to go out on a whim that generally my head says that Charles Oliveira is going to win this. Charles Oliveira is going to show that there's levels to this shit when it comes to the UFC. He's going to show that Dan Hooker had a bad night and got caught a bit like a deer in the headlights. And I don't mean he was like starstruck by Michael Chandler. It just feels like he wasn't like fully focused. He got in there and he didn't look like his normal self. He didn't look sharp. He looked like he just froze a little. It's almost like he got a bit of stage fright. And I'm not, again, saying that Dan Hooker did get stage fright. It's just, it looked like he did freeze in the moment, just ever so slightly. And then Michael Chandler just got to work and put his lights out. So my head does go with Charles Oliveira. It says the 8-fight win streak, the impressive and the world-class ground game with his jiu-jitsu, which has also been then complemented by his now striking that is also on a world-class level. It would seem simple to say Charles Oliveira is going to get a victory and potentially maybe like a 3rd or 4th round submission would be what my head says. Or maybe even just a unanimous decision victory over 5 rounds. But for some reason, my heart says Michael Chandler is just going to get the job done. He's potentially going to knock out Charles Oliveira. I just think that Charles Oliveira, for everything that he is brilliant at, and he is fucking brilliant, I don't think he's going to look to actually take Michael Chandler down because of his wrestling background. I think Charles Oliveira potentially is going to come into this and think, I'm going to use my striking. I'm slick with it. Just, you know, I'm actually probably more slick at striking than Michael Chandler. And I feel like he is going to try keep it striking and hopefully, in his mind, hurt Michael Chandler enough for him to shoot for a takedown. So then Charles Oliveira can latch onto something whilst, you know, countering that takedown and, you know, sprawling. But I just think he might have got it wrong. Through standing with Michael Chandler, I think he's going to be too explosive. I don't think Charles Oliveira has that knockout power to really hurt Michael Chandler. I think he's going to just try sticking with that jab. And I think Michael Chandler's just going to keep coming. When he's probably going to slip a jab and just explode over the top with a big right hand. And I think when Michael Chandler lands, it's going to be a lot more devastating than the strikes that Charles Oliveira is going to dish out in return. And for that reason, I'm backing Michael Chandler to get a second or third round knockout in this one. Ooh, that's a bit... Oh, I don't know. I really can't call this one. It could go either way, but rather than go with my heart, I'm going to go with my head. I'm going to go with my heart and what my gut is telling me. My gut is telling me that Michael Chandler is going to be the UFC lightweight champion come May 16th, because obviously the fight's on May 15th. So when I wake up on May 16th, Michael Chandler will be the UFC lightweight champion of the world. That is my prediction. And if I'm going to go out on it, I'm going to say second or third round knockout for Michael Chandler. Potentially a unanimous decision. But I'm kind of thinking if it is a unanimous decision, I'm going to lean more towards Charles Oliveira. But my official prediction will be Michael Chandler to be the UFC lightweight champion of the world. And like I said, I believe he will knock out Charles Oliveira. That is my official prediction. Let me know your official prediction in the comment section below. I've been your boy Jimmy. This has been GTS Combat. Like, comment, share and subscribe. Till next time.